think about your speaking voice. Is it naturally high or low? Can you imagine me trying to sing like Frank Sinatra? I'll do it my way. No, just no. Funnily enough, beginning singers do this all the time, and I can't really blame them. Choosing the right song to sing requires you to learn about your voice and your voice type. If you feel like your singing voice has limits that are disappointing, frustrating, or downright uncomfortable, when you start singing, you might have to say a little prayer because you're not sure if you're gonna sound decent or like a dying cat. It might be time for you to learn about your voice type. Hello, mood makers, and welcome to The Voice Mood. I'm your host, Olivia Peck, your local millennial voice teacher, voice coach for about 10 years now. Today, we are talking all about voice types. We'll talk about what voice type means, why you need to know your vocal range, how to find your voice type, and songs I recommend based on your voice. Lightning fast disclaimer, I will talk to you about how to figure out what your voice type is, but just like any other self-analysis. Although I am a voice teacher, I'm not there in real time to give you feedback in the moment. Just please use caution if you follow along and try to sing along with me. We don't want anyone to strain their voices. Okay, I know you're curious, so let's get right into it. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. First of all, what is a voice type? I consider voice type to be simply the range you are naturally most comfortable singing in. Originally, a voice classification system was created so that opera singers could be categorized. This was based on their vocal range, vocal weight, and timbre. Different operatic roles require a different range and set of skills, so a classification system was made to know what type of singer was able to sing what role. In classical singing, there are a few factors that go into categorizing someone into a certain voice type. As a contemporary voice teacher, styles like pop, rock, country, jazz, and other microphone styles is a little different. I focus primarily on a student's range when determining their voice type more than anything else. Let's talk about what the different voice types have historically been called. Female presenting voices are typically divided into two categories, soprano or alto. You may have heard of some more specific voice types like mezzo-soprano or contralto. Soprano and alto, although more general, will get our point across today. Sopranos are the highest voice type and altos are the lower female presenting voice type. Famous sopranos include Kristen Chenoweth, Mariah Carey, Kristen Bell, Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, and many more. Famous altos include Patsy Cline, Lana Del Rey, Tracy Chapman, Stevie Nicks, Lauren Daigle, and many more. We're going to divide male presenting voice types into two categories as well, tenor or bass. Tenor is the highest male presenting voice and bass is the lowest. If you've heard the term baritone, these guys are right in the middle. Famous tenors include Bruno Mars, Chester Bennington, John Denver, Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney, and more. Famous basses and some baritones in here as well include Josh Turner, Barry White, Johnny Cash, Leonard Cohen, and George Ezra, to name a few. Each one of these amazing vocalists usually sings in a range that naturally suits their voice. And just so you know, my intention and lots of coaches' intention is not to limit singers by putting them in a box and a vocal category. It's really to point you in a direction of what songs and keys would suit your voice. Would you expect a guitar to sound like an upright bass? No. Just like stringed instruments, the length and thickness of the strings determine how high or low the instrument naturally sounds. When you understand if your instrument is naturally a ukulele, guitar, cello, or upright bass, singing becomes easier and so does playing to your strengths. Let's take a sneak peek at each voice type. Sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses all have a lowest and highest comfortable note. They have a low, middle, and high register, and usually at least a couple of vocal breaks within them. You may hear me or other professional singers refer to breaks as a passaggio. Passaggio is the Italian word for passage, and it means the same thing. Passage, passaggio, break, they're all referring to the same thing. Passaggios or breaks are places in our range where we transition to another register. The lowest register is typically where the chest voice lives. The upper register is generally where the head voice and falsetto live. If you want to combine elements of your head voice and the relaxed chest voice for a clearer, possibly belty sound, you can coordinate the two voices to create what many people describe as a mixed voice. Mixed voice is usually more accessible around that second passaggio or in your middle to high range. Just like instruments, every singer has a different set of notes that represent their lowest and comfortable highest notes and where their passaggios are. Although I do not want to oversimplify the voice types, here are where their ranges typically land. Maybe if I play some notes on the piano, you might get a clue as to what voice type you may be. And if you feel like your voice doesn't really fit the mold, don't worry. There are plenty of voices that will fall below or above or everywhere in between the four that we're going to go over today. I just hope by showing you these pretty common voice types, you'll start to get a sense in how your range works and maybe what range you're closest to. And hey, you might fit more than one, you know? That happens too. That's called a Zwischenfach. It's German. It's a German word. For sopranos, the comfortable lowest note is usually around G3. The highest note is around, with the first break being around E4 and the second break around C5. Some singers might feel another break around F5. If you feel very comfortable singing this, you might be a soprano. In that slide, true sopranos would start in their low voice and then slide into their higher, probably head voice as they get into their upper register. For altos, their lowest comfortable note is going to be around E3, while an alto's highest can be up to an A5 or higher. The first break could be around C4. The second break is around B4. Some singers might find another break around E5. If you can slide like this comfortably, if you can do that with a pretty full tone but start to feel a little bit of a struggle bus around that top note, you might be an alto. Some tenor voices may find that they can sing some of these alto notes as well, but likely not in their full voice. For tenors, their lowest comfortable note may be somewhere around C3, while a tenor's highest can be up to a C5 or even higher. The passaggio is likely somewhere through D4 or G4. Can you comfortably sing this octave slide in your full voice? If that was easy for you, you might be a tenor. If it was moderately easy for you, you could be a baritone. Without hearing you, I can't know for certain, but normally a tenor can sing this slide in their full voice. Alright, sorry basses, I can't really model the singing for you, but I'll be able to play your notes on the piano. For true low bass voices, their lowest comfortable note might be all the way around E2 or even lower. A bass's highest note can be an E4 or definitely higher. The first break could be around A3 with an upper break around D4. Can you comfortably sing this slide in your full voice? How about this one? If that first slide felt easier than the second slide, you might be a bass or baritone. Here is why you should know what voice type you are. It's a way to work smarter, not harder. Instead of singing songs that are out of reach, start with a song that fits your range. It will make you more confident in your voice. Just feels good. Reason number 2, it's safer. When you sing songs that are generally not conducive to your voice, you risk straining your voice, which is a very real thing. When you sing songs that actually fit you, it sets you up for growth. You actually might grow your range a lot faster if you start in a place where you're in your natural, comfy range and you're building on that instead of shooting for the stars right away. I see it happen a lot. Singing will just feel easier. When you understand your range, you will also start to recognize your vocal registers. This is crucial to building a sustainable technique. Remember when I mentioned that mixed voice is easier to access around your middle-high range? Knowledge like this will eventually start to feel instinctual. Switching registers and understanding your voice will be similar to driving a car. It'll just start to become automatic. It always feels good to have professional guidance. As a voice teacher, I tend to err on the side of caution and really listen to my students' voices carefully and stay open-minded about their vocal range. Try not to put them in a box with my preconceived notions of what their voice might remind me of, things like that. Because here's the thing, people's voices do change and grow. Your voice is unique as a fingerprint. Let's talk about how to determine your voice type the easy way. Think about your speaking voice. Is it naturally high or low? This fact alone can be a very important initial indicator to where your natural voice sits. Let's try these quick and easy song passages to see if your voice type will reveal itself. If you can sing this song like Josh Turner, you're probably a bass.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Okay, here's the next one. If you're a tenor, you can probably sing this passage in your full voice, comfortably. I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. If you're a true alto, you can probably sing this passage easily.
I've been holding my breath, I've been counting to 10.
Sopranos, you'll likely be able to sing this passage with ease. La 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 la. Still not sure what your voice type is? Okay, so figuring this stuff out is not necessarily impossible, but some of us need a little guidance. I know I could use a little bit of help sometimes. You should see me trying to stick to an exercise routine, okay? My point is, if you still would like help with finding your voice type, finding songs that fit your range, your vibe, and all that jazz, you can hit me up on oliviapeck.com and sign up for a voice lesson with me. I would love to meet you. I feel like it's a strength of mine to find your strengths. You know, a lot of the time artists will sing in a lower key when they perform live. Do you think the audience can really tell the difference? I can guarantee most people cannot. Sometimes we push ourselves to sing a higher song or in a higher key because we want to feel challenged. But the listeners don't care how challenged you feel. What matters is that the song fits your voice and it's in a realistic zone and you're able to express yourself. Yes, it's good to have those reach songs, challenging songs, but it's all about balance. Okay, with all that out of the way, here are some songs I recommend for each voice type. Some of them are beginner songs, some of them are a little more intermediate, but they are going a step further and thinking about typical goals that singers have in each voice category. Hopefully there's one in there that will help you along in your journey. So let's say you're a soprano, but you want to strengthen your lower range. Here are some songs I recommend. Songs by Lady Gaga like Speechless and Million Reasons. For sopranos who want to explore the highest heights, maybe even some vibrato, I'd suggest Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Glinda or Elphaba songs from Wicked, or Hopelessly Devoted to You from Grease. For sopranos who want to explore their riffs and runs, try All in My Head by Tori Kelly or her version of Hallelujah. For altos who want to work on their transition into their higher register, I recommend songs by Lauren Daigle like You Say or Hold On to Me. For altos who literally just want to find a song that fits their voice, Tracy Chapman songs like Fast Car or Give Me One Reason are great. I also have a whole playlist for altos that doesn't go above an A4. For both altos and sopranos who are looking to find some grit in their voice, I recommend songs by Amy Winehouse like Valerie or Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood. And both of these are really great for karaoke, and both altos and sopranos can usually sing these songs. Altos who want to improve their riffs and runs should probably consider Misty by Ella Fitzgerald, or honestly any of Ella's songs are great for improving your improvisation, scatting skills. Kinda old school, but once you hear her voice, you will love her voice. Tenors who want to sing some comfy mid-range songs to get them started, I always recommend Michael Bublé, even though he is a baritone, yes. So songs like Just Haven't Met You Yet. Also, Michael Bublé songs are great to look at for karaoke for both tenors and basses. There's usually one in there that you're gonna be able to sing. Some other easy to reach songs for tenors for them to start feeling comfortable in their voice would be like Fly Me to the Moon or other songs by Frank Sinatra or Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton. For tenors who are aiming for including some more grit in their voice, I would check out songs like Cold as Ice by Foreigner or Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton. For tenors who are ready to stretch their range a little bit more, start with songs by the Beatles like Hey Jude or a Bruno Mars song like When I Was Your Man. For basses who literally just want to sing a song in their range, I do have a playlist for basses. No song goes above an E4. A good go-to would be Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash or the song by Bill Withers, Ain't No Sunshine. Basses who want to try singing with a little bit more grit, try Jeremy by Pearl Jam or Whiskey Bent and Hellbound by Hank Williams Jr. For basses or baritones who want to start stretching their range into their upper register, try songs by James Taylor like Fire and Rain or Candle in the Wind by Elton John even. Now for any voice type that is trying to find their mix or mixed belt, I actually have an entire video dedicated to songs that will help you do that, and that also has a curated playlist for you in the description of that video. Okay, I hope this video helps you, and if so, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much, really helps the channel. And if you made it this far, wow, retention is off the charts. Guess what voice type you think I am in the comments, and we'll know you made it this far in the video. If you ask a question in the comments, I go live almost every week to answer your questions from the week, and I go in a little bit more depth and demonstrate some things to help explain singing stuff. So if there is anything you're wondering, go ahead and put it in the comments and I will do my best to answer your questions on the lives. Make sure you hit the subscription and notification bell so you don't miss out on those or any fun new videos. YouTubeathy will keep you abreast of the ever-changing and riveting world of the voice mood. Okay, that's enough. Most importantly, as Lester Holt says, please take care of yourselves and each other. Bye! If you'd like some next steps on your singing practice, go ahead and check out this video next, The Ultimate Singing Guide. Is it on this side or this side? Check it out. And there's a whole practice journal that goes with it on my website. Yes, I am being serious right now. Okay, bye.